A couple days ago, Reddit made the horrible decision to update their API policy by making the API process for these third-party applications that run through Reddit ridiculously and unrealistically expensive to the point where no third-party app running through Reddit could exist anymore. And ever since then, people have been furious. Everyone has been boycotting Reddit. They did the whole Reddit blackout. A bunch of communities were going private and protest. But a bunch of those are back now because they only planned the protest to be 2 days, which I do think it definitely needs to be longer for things to change. But since then, Reddit has made even more bad decisions. They're out here making worse decisions than a drug addict, just bad decision after bad decision. And the latest development in Reddit burning their own business to the ground is this little thing right here where the Reddit CEO Steve Huffman came out and said, "That's our business decision, and we're not undoing that business decision," in regard to the recent API changes. And I think that's just a great way to run a social media platform, because if you think about it, social medias are user driven. They're primarily reliant on users using the platform because of advertisements. If they don't have a bunch of users, they can't make money, yada yada yada. It's ran by the people who use the app. So what's the best way to keep the app up and thriving? Spit in the face of every single one of the users by saying that we're not going to change this policy that you don't like. We don't actually care about your opinion whatsoever, and you can basically just go fuck off. As a matter of fact, we're just going to go ahead and shoot ourselves in the foot and just say we don't really care what our users think, because we run this company, my decisions. We're going to act like a little toddler who doesn't want to share his toys because they're his toys. But it does get worse, because apparently Reddit is allegedly threatening to remove moderators of subreddits if they don't reopen the subreddits from these protests, these blackouts they were doing to protest this god-awful decision. In this tweet right here, you can see from Aaron, said Reddit is just digging the hole deeper and deeper. They are essentially threatening moderators of subreddits that they are blacking out indefinitely, that they will be removed. And this is definitely a TLDR moment, but the best quote, just to sum it up for you here, would be, if a moderator team unanimously decides to stop moderating, we will invite new active moderators to keep these spaces open and accessible to users. But also, they're treating these people like they actually get paid to moderate these subreddits. They don't get paid, so why would you expect them to obey your every command like you're the boss handing them a paycheck? And they're just acting like it's absolutely unbelievable that these volunteers aren't taking their orders. So basically what's going on right now is that Reddit is saying we don't want anybody to use our platform, because if you don't like what we're doing, we don't want you here. And nobody likes what they're doing. Nobody, it's just not a good decision. They're just being greedy. That's basically what it boils down to, is them being greedy. They don't want these third-party apps who make the user experience better to exist, and they don't want to actually make their own platform better by implementing some of these third-party apps. So no, they're just going to get rid of them by making the API process so exorbitantly expensive that nobody could afford it, and then just run their business into the ground. Dig their own grave, make a nice little cozy bed, and then lay in it. Usually I respect people when they double down on something, if it's like a hot take or whatever, but this is just horrible. This is something you shouldn't double down on. It shouldn't have been something that happened in the first place. It's not even controversial. It's just dumb. It's a stupid idea implemented on a platform that was already kind of hellish, and now you just made it very unappealing. So them following up a dumb decision with an absolutely terrible decision to double down on the dumb decision, it's just baffling. It really does seem like they don't want anybody to use Reddit, and I, for one, didn't use it much in the first place, but I probably will find myself not going on there at all anymore. They clearly don't care about their user base, so why should the users care about the platform? Go ahead and write your complaints on a little sheet, fill out the form, and then we're going to ball that up and throw it away right in front of your face, because we just genuinely do not care.